So your assignment is to do the odd ones. If you're having problems with 1, 3, or 5, or even 15, those guides are explained on the previous video, what we did in class when we went over the notes. So I do want to explain one, like let's say number 4. The A value is not 1, so you cannot jump into the shortcut. You can't pull out a GCF, so you start with step 1, which is multiplying A times C, where A is 8 and C is negative 10, thus giving you a negative 80. Now, step 2 is to think of the multiples of that negative 80 that combine together to give you the middle value, which is negative 5. The B value is negative 5. And I always say make a list. So negative 1 times 80, negative 2 times 40, negative 3 times, I don't think that works, negative 4 times 20, negative 5 times 16, I think. And of course, with the calculator, you're supposed to, if you're trying to fill in this list, you could say 80 divided by 5, it should give you 16. Is 80 divisible by 6? No. By 7? No. By 8? Negative 8 times 10. And that's about it, right? So which pair of numbers combines together to give us the middle value, negative 5? None of them, right? So if you add these two, you get 79. Right here you get 38. Right here you get 16. Right here you get 9. And right here you get 2. So there is no possible combination that combine together to give you the middle value B. So you cannot continue with this. So this is where you say not factorable. And what that means that you're not able to factor, but then again, some multiple choice tests, or actually the answers that are provided on the answer sheet, they don't say not factorable, they use the word prime. Prime mean the same thing as not factorable. Let's move on. Again, you guys didn't have to do the even ones, right? You did not have to do the even ones. And one of the reasons why I said odd only is because, like number 6, man, you got 10 times 20, that's negative 200. That's a huge number, right? So that's going to take a while. That's why we're doing the odd ones only. Let's try number 8. That one looks fun. Step 1 is to multiply A times C. A is 8, C is 9, 72 is our answer. Now I need to make a multiplication list to get 72. 1 times 72, 2 times 36, 3 times something give us 72. Anybody have a calculator? And to figure out with the calculator, go 72 divided by 3 and you get 24. Okay, so 3 times 24 is 72. How about 4? 4 times something give us 72? Do 72 divided by 4 on a calculator. 18? Okay. 5 doesn't work. Does 6 work? Yeah, 6 times 12 is 72. 7 doesn't work. 8 times 9 works. There's our long list. 6 and 12. If we add, now if you just start adding them, 1 and 72, that's 73. The middle value is not 73. That's 38. That's not 38. This is 27. That's not 27. When you get to 6 and 12, that's 18. Now, we do have an 18 as our B value, but our B value is negative 18, not positive 18. So we have the right numbers. We just need to change the signs to a negative 6 times a negative 12. So this is the correct pair of numbers for step 2. So our third step with the shortcut, like if you didn't want to do the shortcut, you would change your trinomial to a polynomial. Change your 3 terms to 4 terms by changing that negative 18w to become negative 6w minus 12w. And then you would factor by grouping, which is another 3-step process. So you might want to learn this and master this shortcut method. The third step would be to plug it into your factored form format with the A and the W. On your notes it says AX, AX, but right here you're going to put the 8, which is the value of A, and a W instead of X. So it's 8W and 8W. And then you take your numbers from step 2, the negative 6, put it right in there. Take the minus 12, put it right in there. And your fourth and final step with this shortcut is to look at each binomial, this one first, and see what you could divide both of these by. What could you divide 8 and 6 by?
3.
You could divide 8 by 3? No. 2. By 2. So if you reduce or divide both by 2, you're going to get a 4w minus 3. And what could you divide both of these by? 2. Yeah, but there's a bigger one. 4. 4 is even better. So divide both by 4, and you'll get 2w minus 3. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your answer. This is a shortcut. So this is the shortcut. The more you practice the shortcut, the easier it gets. If you like factoring by grouping, that makes more sense. There are no illogical steps like just magically writing an 8w and an 8w and magically dividing these by 2 and magically dividing these by 4. The other way might make more sense, but the shortcut's definitely faster. That's why we call it a shortcut. So right here on number 16, what should I do first? GCF. Let's pull out a 2. So we're going to have a 6q squared, a plus 17q, and a minus 14. This is still going to be ugly, but it's better than multiplying 12 times 28. What's 6 times 14? That's 60. That's 24. That's 84. Step 1, A times C. A is 6, C is negative 14. So that's negative 84. That's our A times C value. Now we're going to think of the multiples of negative 84 that combine together to give us 17. So I'm just going to start with the negative 1 times 84. Or negative 2 times 42. Or negative 3, that doesn't work, right? Negative 4 times 21. And as I'm going through these, I'm already combining them in my head. 84 and negative 1 is 83. That middle value is not 83. But right here, negative 4 and 21, that is 17. So I already found the right pair of numbers. So if you want to convert your trinomial into a polynomial with these two terms replacing that middle term and then factor by grouping, go ahead. I want to go with the shortcut method. The shortcut method says to do your parentheses with the a and the variable. A variable and another a and a variable. So my a value is 6, and we're talking about q's here. So I want to put a 6q and a 6q. And then I take that pair of numbers and plug them in. So a negative 4 goes right there and a plus 21 goes right there. Now the final step, step 4 on our magical shortcut method, is to reduce each binomial by dividing it by its GCF if possible. So right here, 6 and 4, they're both divisible by 2. So our answer is going to be 6 divided by 2 is 3 with the q. Divided by 2 is 2. And over here, the 6q and the 21, I could reduce both by 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2 with the q. 21 divided by 3 is plus 7. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to bring down that original GCF that you pulled out, the 2. And that's your final answer right there. 2 parenthesis 3q minus 2, close parenthesis, open parenthesis, 2q plus 7. That's as hard as it gets. Yeah. So I want to end this video right here with this question. But you guys are supposed to be doing the even ones. No, the odd ones, I'm sorry. I did a couple of evens on this video. You guys are supposed to do the odd ones. There's other video explaining the odd ones.